Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you knew it was coming. Here's my fucking video about the Epic Games Store. So, since the announcement of Borderlands 3, a game I'm very, very excited for, there's been a lot of flack because it is a timed exclusive to the Epic Games Store. And apparently no one likes that. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Because people have always, in my experience, whenever a game is exclusive to Switch, it's always the people on PC really going, "Oh, that's an exclusive. Exclusives aren't good for the market." And the people who actually got a job and went and bought a Switch have just been like, "Dude, just leave your house for 30 hours. Leave your house for 30 hours, work, and you'll have a Switch and games to play." And then something like God of War comes to the PS4. The PC market's like, that's not competition. Here's the thing about the word competition. In capitalism, competition is usually good, but there are some times where competition is inachievable without sinking yourself. Microsoft is learning this the hard way, because they are putting all of their games on Windows 10, thus their Xbox sales are declining drastically. That's why they're bringing Halo to PC, is because they're getting one last bite out of Halo before they finally start bringing everything over to PC. They're getting one last revenue influx. But in order for companies to flourish in this day and age, you have to resort to tactics like this. Sony has to start its companies and then have them split off and make games and then bring in the money with that. They have to bring in the money with console sales more than they do with game sales, believe it or not. So that's why they make things exclusive. Because you just buying a $60 game, it's not going to be enough to make their money back. Now, if you buy a console and then you have a wide variety of $60 games, that's much better in their eyes. That is much, much better in their eyes. And the big concern I have with Epic is you're not paying $300 to use the Epic Games Launcher. The issue comes in with people are complaining about it lacking features. Yes, the launcher is 4 months old. It launched at the Game Awards live. I sat down with my friends and watched it. I actually had a friend go and spend $50 on Ashen the second it came out because he thought it looked good. The issue with the Epic Games Launcher seems to be that it's owned by Tencent, which weirdly enough, a lot of the people that I'm hearing that from play League of Legends. Hey guys, so as of recording this video, there was actually an article put out by PC Gamer talking about the spyware theories and the privacy issues. They've apparently been debunked through Tim Sweeney himself. They pretty much said that investors have no decisions in Epic. They are purely bankrolling and getting a profit. But this kind of addresses it. I'll leave a link in the description. I recommend you go read it for yourself. And he also talks about how he supports everyone's right to complain. So props to him. Big props. Here's my thing about privacy. If you are dumb enough to not follow the first rule, almost everyone with the internet was taught in school, and not make your passwords the exact goddamn same across every platform, you deserve to have your account taken, because obviously you're not smart enough to be on the internet. People brute force accounts for fun. People fish for accounts for fun. And you really think that making your passwords the same across everything, and then one day having one account breached, and then all your other accounts are open to breach. And I got bad news for you. I don't think they're selling your privacy. I think they're just owned by Tencent, a company that has a stake in literally everything. And it comes in and people are angry because they're owned by Tencent. Here's the issue. One, Tencent holds a 40% stake in them. Yes, that's a lot. However, in order to even hold a candle to Steam, which is who they're marketing, not to take down, but to compete with, they have to get some kind of head start. Because they already have the people who are playing Fortnite that have it installed. Now they have to get the people who play single-player games and the people who play indie games on board. So what do they do as an act of goodwill? Well, they're giving you 2 free games a month. No subscription service, no Xbox Live Gold, no PSN, no Switch, Switch Online. None of that. No strings attached, 2 free games a month. Don't gotta put in your credit card. I haven't put in my credit card on Epic Games Store. Don't have to. Free games a month. And if you're really that worried about privacy, there is a website somewhere. I do not know what it's called. I've never used it because I don't care. Because I don't feel like someone's just going to make a transaction on my card. And guess what? If they do, banks have this neat little feature where you go in and you dispute the payment. Because you're not a complete jackass and you know it wasn't you that made that transaction. Especially if it's something huge like $10,000. But realistically, what do they have to gain from stealing, $10 of your money? Why would they risk unbearable legal trouble for $10? Because I got news for you. They're not going to go and pull $20,000 out of your account. And if you see a charge that you didn't make on anything, you should dispute it. Because that means someone else has a hold of your card. You need to get a new card. But more often than not, it's not going to happen. Because if it does happen, like I said, that will be a legal shitstorm. I am just so unbelievably tired of people saying, well, I just don't want another launcher. Well, you already have League of Legends launcher. You already have Uplay. You already have Origin. You already have GOG. I love GOG, by the way. Don't get me wrong. GOG and Steam, I'm fine with having. Epic Games, I'm fine with having. Something I really like about Epic is that they're actually filtering through their goddamn games. They're not allowing every pile of garbage to go onto the Steam store. Because since Steam took Greenlight down, there have been a ton of hentai games that show up that actually install Bitcoin miners on your computer. So congratulations, if you installed one of those, you're probably fucked. It's a big situation of, is it right? Is it right for people to be paying for exclusives in the year of our Lord 2019? No. Is it unavoidable? Yes. Yes, we're going to have to deal with exclusives in one place or another. We had to deal with exclusives with Battlefield. Sure, EA made the game, but Ubisoft makes their games and they still put it on Steam, even though with me owning Watch Dogs 2 on Steam, you still open Uplay. That's so fucking annoying. There's another reason I completely forgot to mention, and it's the biggest goddamn reason of all, which is developers get a better cut. Now, I don't know if you know this, but developers need money to make games. And currently, Steam's market share is 30/70. Epic's is 1090 or 1288 if you want to use Unreal Engine, which is a stupid good deal. That is ridiculous. The almost free licensing of Unreal Engine, as opposed to putting it on Steam and having to 30% taken out plus royalties for the Unreal Engine, is a ridiculous advantage to developers. And guess what? If you want quality content pushed out after that game's release, as opposed to just a flash in the pan, boom, here it is. Here's 12 DLC packs. We spent 5 minutes on, takes 30 minutes to complete, and that'll be $5 each, please. Certainly not talking about the what are they called? Headhunter packs in Borderlands 2. If you want them to put out quality content after release, they're more likely to do that if they get a better revenue cut. And I've seen a ton of people justify piracy with the launch of the Epic Games Store, but realistically, you're just a piece of shit. Like, if you want to pirate, I can't stop you. I used to do the same thing back whenever I didn't have money. I get it. But don't act like you're doing it because of the Epic Games Store. That is such a big load of bullshit. If you're willing to pirate the game, considering it has DRM or it has the Epic Games Store, you were going to pirate it anyways. You weren't going to pay $60 for something you know that if it comes to this or if it has Denuvo in it, you're going to go and pirate. You're not going to pay $60 for it. I know because I was one of those people. I was like, it has Denuvo. Looks like I'll just wait for Codex to crack it. But guess what? I've grown up. I've had a job now. I realize how easy it is to bring in money by doing literal jack shit. I realize how much it takes to be able to buy a $60 game. And guess what? Me working $8 an hour, maybe a day, assuming I worked 7 days a week, got the same amount of hours across them, I could go and buy seven $60 games. Easy. It is not as big of an issue as people are making it. People have this, it's this hive mind mentality of, and they share that fucking graph that was going around Reddit where it's like, the Epic Games launcher doesn't have all this. But you gotta realize that launcher is brand fucking new. My father, who was around for Counter-Strike on dial-up and around for Half-Life on dial-up, always told me stories about how whenever Steam came around, people were like, what? I don't want to have my games digitally. I don't want to trust this company with digital games. I'll just go and buy the big fucking CD boxes. He tells me all the time, and guess what? He still has a Half-Life CD box somewhere. And that is a relic of history. I don't know if I can find it. I'm not even going to bother. But I know he has it because he's shown it to me before. But that shows me that with time, I feel like people will warm up to this. But in order to kickstart themselves and make themselves different, they need to have something that Steam doesn't have. And since the launcher's new, since they're still figuring out how to integrate different abilities and different software upgrades, they have to do exclusive games to get people on there. And I get it. Epic Games, if anyone associated with Epic Games is watching, I'm not blaming you. If anyone who can rationally sit down with me and talk about this video isn't for you. This video is for the people who want to sit there and harp on, Epic is bad because I say so. Like, if you want to sit down and have a discussion, that's fine. Well, I'll sit there and talk with you. And you're welcome to try and change my mind. But as it stands, I don't hate the Epic Games Store. And honestly, I don't understand why people who are concerned with the gaming industry do. Because they're not paying $300 to get on the Epic Games Store, but you are paying $300 to get a PS4. Alright, so I just wanted to add a little bit at the end here, after my video about the Epic Games Store, because I feel like people are just, they're saying that I'm dismissing a lot of their concerns, like the shopping cart, how the store is jank, how the social stuff is jank, how there's no user reviews. Well, I want to direct your attention to this website. This here is the official Epic Games roadmap. This is what they're working on, what they have rolled out. Stuff like this just got rolled out, freshly shipped. You should be getting the update anytime soon. All of the past release, or the past patches are over here. But here's kind of what they're working on. So already we have the label tracking is core platform, incoming fix, investigating meaning, they don't know what's causing it, but they're working on it. Updates ongoing, which means they're like kind of making steps toward it, and player quality of life. Now you'll notice a lot of these are quality of life. They are doing their best to make things better. So right here, in near term, because this is the stuff that just pulled out, stuff like preloading, regional pricing, which is a huge one. For anyone who's watching from Brazil, my condolences for your guys' weird, that's kind of mean to say, your guys' translation into US dollars is like way out of whack, and your taxes just don't, it's messed up. So they're adding search by genre and tag, that way you want to play first-person shooter, cool, go look for a first-person shooter. Offline mode, it does exist. A lot of people say that it doesn't exist. It does, but it's not very good. So in near term, they're looking to fix that. Under the hood overhaul, which just means better resource management and all that. Store video hosting, store page redesigns. They're trying to make the store look better. Improve DLC support. Improve DLC support. So they're working on that. Cloud saves. Thank God, because I lost all my progress on Slime Rancher because I had to reinstall Windows. Add-on purchases checks, which means you can't double buy add-ons, I'm presuming. Yeah, you can't buy it whenever you have the other add-ons or if you don't have the core game. Improved patch sizes, which are going to make the patches smaller. Wishlist, beautiful. Newsfeed, beautiful. Price adjusting bundles, beautiful. So you get stuff like the Handsome Collection, which is cheaper if you buy the Handsome Collection than if you buy one in the DLC or two in the DLC and pre-sequel in the DLC separately. Additional payment methods, I assume stuff like PayPal, Venmo, stuff like that. Additional currencies. I actually don't know what that means because they already have regional pricing. It's probably just like a translation thing. Player playtime tracking. Beautiful. Love it. Like it, love it, gotta have it. Mod support. So they're taking the curse route back whenever curse still existed. For those 5 of you that remember, before Discord we had curse because the internet's memory seems to be that short. But curse had built-in mod support for games like Minecraft. That's where the Feed the Beast came from. Actually, I think Feed the Beast had its own launch, but there were a few mod packs that came through there. Epic Games overlay, just like Steam overlay. Library improvements, fantastic, love it. Achievements, yes. On PS4 you can add me. This is my username. I have kind of gotten into trophy hunting, and they don't feel real satisfying to get on Steam. There's like no ding. It's not like extraordinarily obvious that you got a really good achievement. You know, it's not like categorized or it's not running off gamer score, so it doesn't feel all that great. But even them just adding achievements makes me more likely to play on here. Shopping cart. Why that is in the 6 months, I don't know, but I'm glad it's going to be there. Social overhaul. We should all be cheering for that. You know, that means that we'll probably get profiles. Like the friends where we can go over, see what they've been playing, see what they've been doing. Automated refunds. Which, it's kind of moving in on the Steam thing where, you know, if you have under 2 hours and you bought it within the past 2 weeks, it's done almost instantly. Arabic store translation. So that's just dialect. Korea game listing. Oh, is this not available in Korea? Huh. Gifting. Fantastic. Love it. Android store. Don't really care about this one. But you get the point. The point is, there will hit a point when all of this is in there. And guess what? The longest term we have is 6 months. And that's for stuff like the social overhaul and achievements. The rest of this is coming in the next few months. So I'd say by 2020, Epic Game Store will be a pretty good contender. And at that point, it can stop paying for exclusives. Exclusives will just come to it just for free. Which, I mean, yeah, Steam has Half-Life. They have stuff like Borderlands, which runs off their engine. So, for those of you going, well, Steam built Half-Life. Well, it all runs off the Unreal Engine on the stuff for Epic Games. But I just wanted to show you guys that to show I'm not talking out of my ass. They are working on improvements. But feel free to leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm going to head off. I've been working on this video for an hour just recording. Can't imagine how long editing's going to take. But I'll be back probably next week with a new video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.